today we will discuss some other drugs from topic Carminative. The name of drug is cardamom and synonym is elaichi. Everyone knows elaichi. Now we are going to study what are the uses of that elaichi, what is the biological source of that elaichi, and how it is cultivated and collected. What are the important chemical constituents which are present in that elaichi, that you are very well known about the elaichi, but we have to study that drug differently. So here biological source, the part of plant is dried unripe seeds of Elitaria cardamom. Family is Gingiberaceae. So you can see here the plant image, this type of plant, to that these fruits are bare of cardamom, and these are the images of fruit. It contains black color seeds, and that seeds are used as a drug. So what is the botanical name of cardamom? Elitaria cardamomum, and family is Gingiberaceae. Again here the image of plant is given, and it is in the form of capsule. Embryo is straight, albuminous, ovule are anatropous ovules are there, and the outgrowth is that is known as arillus. Arillus is the outgrowth to that fruit. Now the cultivation and collection of cardamom seed or fruit. For cultivation and collection, it requires certain conditions of rainfall and altitude. 150 to 600 centimeter rainfall and 600 to 1600 meter altitude are favorable for its cultivation and growth. Cultivation is done by seed sowing method. The nursery beds are raised, and in that seeds are sown, and when the seedlings are about 3 to 4 months old, then they are transplanted in the field by keeping a distance of 15 to 40 centimeter just before monsoon, because these are very delicate, and it should be very well grow in the field. For that reason they are just transplanted before monsoon. After that it will form flowers. Flowering will occur in the month of May to August, and from that flowers then the fruits are formed. The fruits capsules are collected or picked up just before their ripening, because to prevent capsule from splitting off on the flowers. If the capsules become ripe, what will happen? It will split into the flower, and all the seeds which are present inside that capsule or inside that fruit, they will come on the soil. For that reason they are picked up just before ripening. The collected capsules are dried by after harvesting, either by sun drying method or artificial drying methods. In case of artificial drying, fruits are shrink, and shrink appearance persists in the final product. The artificial drying takes about 48 hours, while the natural drying in sun requires more time. In sun drying, bleaching of fruit takes place to some extent, while in artificial drying, green color of the capsule is maintained. The sun-dried fruits are preferred because the seeds remain intact and Also, the characteristic sweetish aroma can be maintained. And during drying process, these fruits lose about 70 to 80% of their weight. So for drying there are two methods, sun drying method and artificial drying method. But generally the fruits dried by sun drying methods are preferred because it contains the aroma is maintained as it is and it remains intact, while the artificial drying method fruits are shrink and that appearance is persist on its final product also, but it remain green in color when dried by artificial drying method. Now microscopical characteristic. Before going to microscopy, we can see here morphologically the cardamom in natural color is green to pale buff colored. Odor is aromatic odor, and these fruits are about 2 centimeter in length. These capsules are about 2 centimeter in length and they are ovoid, oblong, three-sided, sharply beaked at the point. You can see the beak sharply beaked at the top with smooth or longitudinally striated surface. So striation on its outer surface are there. Now the transverse section of seed. When you take the transverse section of seed and see under the microscope, this type of structure you will find. This one is perisperm, this one is endosperm, this is testa and embryo, and this portion is known as rape. This is the rape, perisperm, testa, endosperm. Now you can see here this outer and inner epidermis of this perisperm. The outer epidermis and inner epidermis of perisperm, it is made up of polygonal tubular cell, tube-like cell. The outer epidermis and inner epidermis of perisperm is made up of tube-like cell, and this portion is known as arillus, and these are the oil glands. The mesocarp contains yellow colored resinous matter. It contains yellow colored resinous cell and along with fibrovascular bundles. Mesocarp portion shows fibrovascular bundle. This one is the oil layer which contains large amount of oil that we require, that is cardamom oil, and this one is rape. Now the seed, transverse section of seed, it shows arillus and testa. Embryo characteristic to the seed also observed. This one is the embryo portion, this one is endosperm, these are sclerenchymatous cell, this one is embryo and contains calcium oxalate. This portion contains calcium oxalate crystals and starch grain. So in endosperm or region there is presence of calcium oxalate crystal and starch grain. This one is the embryo. Pericarp is perisperm or pericarp is made up of tube-like cells. The outer and inner epidermis. Mesocarp contains resinous cell as well as fibrovascular bundles are present in mesocarp portion, and this one is endocarp or endosperm, and this one is embryo. So this is about the microscopical character. So here These are the starch grain. How the starch grain will look here. The image of starch grain is given. These are the oil cells or oil layer which contains volatile oil. Now the essential volatile oil which is present in the drug, that is terpineol 45%, myrcene 27%, limonene 8%, menthone 6%, beta-phenylenedione 3%, 1,8-cineol 2%, heptane 2%, and it also contains abundant starch in perisperm. Now the chemical test, volatile oil plus Sudan red 3. When you are taking a transverse section and you are adding a Sudan red 3, it will produce the volatile oil which is present, it will get red color. Cardamom powder on cold plus drop of water plus 2 drop of iodine solution, it will produce blue color due to the presence of starch grain. So when you are adding a iodine solution, drop of iodine solution, it will produce blue color due to presence of starch. Now the medicinal uses. It is used as stimulant, it is used as carminative, it is used for indigestion and flatulence, which will the pain will create, that is flatulence, and when the indigestion, the food is not properly digested, in it is used for that condition, that is it will helpful in digestion. In India, green cardamom is broadly used to treat infections in teeth and gum. It is also useful to treat the infections which are occur in teeth and gum. It is used to prevent and treat throat troubles also, congestion which is occurred due to pulmonary tuberculosis, in that also it is helpful. Inflammation of eyelids, when the eyelids get inflamed, it is also used. After that it is also used as an antidote for both snake and scorpion venom. When there is snake poisoning or scorpion poisoning will occur, in that it will act as an antidote. It is used to cure obesity also, and mainly it is used as a flavoring agent as well as breath freshener. So these are the uses of cardamom. Now some adulterated species of cardamom. It is often adulterated and there are many inferior substitutes from cardamom related plant. Siam cardamom, Nepal cardamom, Java cardamom, bastard cardamom. These are the substitutes of Elitaria cardamom. Siam, Nepal, Java, bastard. Seeds, those of various varieties are available. Entire fruit with orange seeds or green coffee. So allied species of seeds are orange seeds and green coffee seeds. Powder, starch and sodium carbonate, ginger is mixed with the cardamom powder. Now next drugs we are going to study under this topic of carminative is ajwan. Ajwan is, you are very well aware of the ajwan also. Now we are going to study what is the biological source, from which family it will come, and what are its uses, what are the chemical constituents which are responsible for giving particular therapeutic effect of that ajwan. The synonym is Trachispermum copticum or bishop's weed. The another name which is given to ajwan is bishop's seed. So synonym is bishop's weed. Biological source, it is dried ripe fruits of plant Trachispermum ammi. Dried ripe fruits of plant Trachispermum ammi. So what is the botanical name? Trachispermum ammi is the botanical name of the drug, and the part of plant is ripe fruits, and family is Umbelliferae. Family is Umbelliferae. Geographical source, it is native of Egypt, cultivated in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan and India. For cultivation and collection, broadcasting method is used. Seeds are sown in the month of October and November, and proper weeding, manuring as well as irrigation is given to the plant for cultivation. Then after cultivation, harvesting is done generally in the month of February and March. So in the month of October and November, seeds are sown and they will bear a fruit in the month of February and March, where the harvesting of fruit is done, and near about 30 to 350 kg fruits per hectare are obtained on commercial scale. Now you can see here the image of ajwan. The color is yellowish brown color. When you see the ajwan, what is the color? Yellowish brown color. Odor, agreeable odor. Taste, aromatic taste. And if you can see the size, what is the size? This is just about 1.7 to 3 mm long. 1.7 to 3 mm long, very small in size, and 1.5 to 2.4 mm broad. It occurs in the form of cremocarp or separated mericarp. It is in the form of cremocarpous fruit, or it is a separated mericarp. It is divided into two portions and 5 light colored ridges. All the umbelliferous fruit, you see the outer surface, there are presence of ridges. So here also 5 light color ridges are present on its outer surface. Now the chemical constituent. It contains about 2 to 4% volatile oil, 20% fat, 25% carbohydrate and 17% protein. It also contains traces of tannin, glycosides and some steroidal substances. Now the volatile oil is the important or major constituent from this drug which is giving the effect. The volatile oil contains are thymol 35 to 60%, p-samine 50 to 55%, terpenin 30 to 35%. Now uses of ajwan. First is antispasmodic, it relieves the spasm. Stimulant, carminative. Also it is recommended for sore throats or bronchitis. When there is inflammation of bronchi, the condition is known as bronchitis, and in such conditions this drug is recommended. Ajwan oil is also used as antiseptic, antifungal, insecticidal and anti-helminthic. The worm infection which is caused, that can be also cured by this ajwan, that is used as anti-helminthic and flavoring agent, and used as a spice and as a flavoring agent. So this is the about the ajwan. Here our carminative topic is complete.